Listen, you fuckers, you screwheads. Here is a man who would not take it anymore, who would not let... Listen, you fuckers, you screwheads. Here is a man who would not take it anymore. A man who stood up against the scum, the cunts, the dogs, the filth, the shit. Here is someone who stood up. Here is...
Who won the first ever Street League back in 2010? Dylan.
Did Nigel win?
Nigel won.
Nigel won. You went double.
What they're doing doesn't quite look like skateboarding even. It's strategizing, calculating, executing. And speaking in terms of visuals, he's clearly out of place. He is the only one without any brand identifiers on his person. Paul Rodriguez is wearing a Nike SB tee and hat. Luan Oliveira, a Nike tee. Chris Cole is in a DC shirt and a Monster wristband. Nyjah, a DC shirt and Monster hat. Anyway, they all look stupid except for Dylan, who looks like Dylan in his plain white tee.
What's it gonna take to win a competition like this?
A lot of practice, I guess.
What makes you one of the better street style skaters around?
I don't know. I just skate a lot. A lot of practice.
That's all, just skate streets a lot?
Yeah.
Hey, good luck, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Right there, Mark, wrapping it all up. Yeah.
Second round if you make it to the second round.
It's all spontaneous. Who knows?
Spontaneous. Tell me, who do you think your toughest competition's gonna be here today?
Well, who says that I'm a good competitor?
Could this be real street style? You got 15 seconds, Neil. Yeah. Street Smiley. That's going to grind out time for Neil Blender. That last little bit of progress. Getting it down from the crowd, getting it in. You don't have to just air and street style. Look at that, yeah. Well done. Notice the facial gestures.
I think it was a Vans contest, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I was never planning on taking it too seriously, but I somehow managed to get no sleep the night before. Got to the contest and just completely delirious and trolled the whole thing. I think I tried to double flip the 3-stair the entire time. And I never landed it. I could barely see straight. Then Brianna Deering was in the same heat as me. I threw her board into the stands, and
Hell
then
yeah.
she focused my board at the end. Oh,
You didn't get last.
somehow I wanted to get last place, but somehow someone beat me to last, probably because they didn't show up. But I was disappointed in not getting last.
It was absolutely ridiculous. All of it. It was just like, look at what we're doing. We're playing on these little toys. We don't need to take this so seriously. Right. That's what you're doing. You're playing on a toy. You might be making a lot of money from it, but you're just playing on a toy. Like, you're not saving the world, you're not curing cancer, you're just playing on a toy. Totally. Chill out. And it's a big fuck you to skateboarding. Like, skateboarding's a fuck you to mainstream, or it was, not anymore, but this was a fuck you to skateboarding, within skateboarding. So we didn't want to do all that generic marketing garbage. We didn't want to have these shitty ads with phone numbers and websites all over the place, like, please buy our products. We're like, fuck you if you don't want to buy our products. We don't want you to buy them, you know?
Also, just a ploy so that you can buy tons of Formula 1 videos off of them. Go for it, but don't buy anything.
I feel like kids like watching boring stuff like this.
I don't feel like skating this thing anymore. All right, no more. Fuck you.
just how it works. Like, you know, because if your job is just to like go to work and, you know, do shit for other people, which is like fine, you don't care about it. You're just like, this is my job, and I'm proud of my job. I do a good job and whatever. But then when it's like the thing that you love to do, you're putting that thing in a position.
You have to protect it to some degree.
You have to protect it
for yourself,
but you end up not protecting it because you start protecting another part of yourself, which is like, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to buy the things I want? How am I going to do all that fucking shit? I have to skate. I have to, you know, I have to get hurt. I have to like do the things I don't want to do. I have to like do embarrassing shit. I have to, you know what I mean? Like, it just gets there. And it's hard to talk about that with certain people. Because
only people who are more insecure than professional skateboarders are artists. I think besides the commonality that both activities share an idea of self-expression, which is of course connects to insecurity and vulnerability, but also speaks to precarity. As many of you may know, most professional skateboarders don't have health insurance or job security and are fed scraps from companies whose attitude seems to be that if you don't like it, someone else will. Professional skateboarders are literal fungible tokens whose financial success depends on the whims of marketability. Sorry, guys.
But I'm just saying, like, I would be on some like skateboard talk show or something and just be thinking to myself, wow, this is the lamest thing I've ever done. I hate this. And like, this is only because my sponsor asked me to do it.
Probably like up there, like probably like 50 or something. I took a lot. It was like, I was having such a bad day. And then like I went back to do that, like because I didn't do it this other day, and it was just like hot. And, like I just like felt this pressure to do it. And this one. Well, I don't usually go back. Like I hate going back to do something. So like I'll usually just go until I either can't, like physically, am just like I can barely stand up, or I get hurt, or we get kicked out. Like I try not to quit, but sometimes you have to. But I've probably tried a trick over 100 times at once, which like is such a nightmare. I kind of learned how to film videos because I grew up skating with Mark Johnson, who is like so like he's like so gnarly. Like he won't quit, and he will try until the very end. And like so like when you're like 15 and 16 and you see that's how people skate, then you're like, oh well, that's just how it's supposed to be. Well, I just skate for money, pretty much.
As you should.
I mean, why else would I be doing all this crazy stuff?
Got him aloof.
I don't know. I mean, if you don't feel inspired, then I don't know. Just quit, dude. Quit while you're ahead. Just quit skating for a while, and then you'll really like it.
Like, wanted things simple, you know, wanted the whole thing. Like, when you look around, it's just, you see a lot of people that take themselves so seriously, like they're changing the world or, you know, whatever. And that, you know, egos and just ridiculousness and just people just so full of themselves and their heads up their asses, and which is stuff that just turned all of us off. You know, we were goofs. We loved to party. And that's what we base the brand around.
But I definitely think like, wow, fuck, it's hard to run a company. You become a grown-up, you become team manager, you become whatever. It's so small that I had to become a couple different things, and I'm bad at them. I'm not good at them. You don't get to skateboard nearly as much as you used to. I do miss that. It's a job. I don't like it. Whatever. It's cool. There's this pros and cons, as same as writing for a company.
My friends and I are just walking in the mall, the actual mall.
Yeah.
And we're walking, and one of my friends just says, "Oh look, there's Neil Blender." So we turn back and we walk back, and we stop. And we're like, "Hey, you're Neil Blender," and he was so bummed, like just shut down, looked at the floor, was like, "Oh."
Turned pro, and you were just like, "I'm good."
Kind of. Like tried to film something. I was like, fuck, this is silly. I hate this. Like, I'm pretty good on that. And I ended up like quitting like a couple weeks later. I was like, I just want to move back home and like not quit skating forever.
Right.
Like I was kind of at the point where I was like, I kind of don't like this anymore. I looked at a pro board as like a contractual agreement or something. Like I have to like keep skating through zero.
Right.
And I was like, I just want to get out while I can. Like, I don't know, I don't want to like die skateboarding. Like, I just want to like have fun with my friends back home.
I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna move back to New York and just start mining the shit I grew up skating and trying to like continue this thing.
He would kind of not skate for a while, and then you'd come on a trip and try to skate, and you'd sometimes get hurt. Like his wrist, I think he broke his wrist a couple times.
Yeah, I was a mess during Minefield. I was a f***ing mess.
What's up, Bill? Fucking hard, man. That's what she's always telling me. Yo, Mark, it's fucking hard.
Like, it's a great honor and convenience to get a check for skateboarding, but I'm not moving to San Jose to do that because I don't want to, you know? But it's an addiction. Like, I'm addicted to skateboarding. I have to kind of do it. It gives me a sense of accomplishment. You know, even to this day, like, there's still tricks that I'm like, oh, let me try and learn this trick. And I still have great respect for it, and so therefore I'm not going to try and damage my body that will inhibit me or prohibit me from doing it.
Det var ju fan mer än halva imagen, tror jag. Någonting hela tiden. Och fastna på det spåret liksom. Själv kan jag tycka nu på efterhand att det var fel liksom. Fel beteende, gör fel saker, men det blev liksom ändå belönat på något sätt.
Child star FA skater is so predictable. Where it's like these people live in this bubble that's so insulated, and they get paid regardless of whether or not they're productive, which is a bad setup, and there's no incentive to, you know, do your actual job. Like, most people, unless they're highly driven, are not going to do their job and show up if they get paid regardless.
Kind of a luxury about what we do, but you can easily spiral because of that. And then the injuries lead to like excessive drinking and partying. So that sucked.
Idle time can be the devil's playground. Yeah, not having a routine makes you feel unstructured. And at the same time, I had this one thing called alcoholism and addiction that was slowly growing and getting worse and worse and worse.
You know, he would be okay, and then it would get bad, then he'd be okay, and then he'd get bad.
And I was kind of just lost, man. I didn't know what, I didn't know what to do. That was like a rejuvenation in skateboarding for myself, and something to like give me a kick in the ass to continue doing it. So I'm still kind of stuck in the negative a bit. Like sobriety doesn't bring you true happiness all the time. It doesn't, you're still kind of left with yourself.
I'm gonna have to get drunk all day again now. I didn't want to, but now it's just gotta be done. Wow.
Matt, you have it.
It's a one-man party right here, bro.
When I first got clean, it was hard to stay sober for 12 minutes. I mean, I have to give myself credit. It's hard to do anything 12 years in a row every single day.
Like sobriety doesn't bring you true happiness all the time. It doesn't, you're still kind of left with yourself.
It's up to you, whatever you want to do.
No, it's all good. I mean, yeah, fucking pharmaceuticals, man. They kind of fucking solve your problems for the time being. Well, they definitely, drugs will win in the long run. I didn't even know what was going on by the time at the end of the video. I was pretty far gone. I didn't really care. I mean, I did, but at the same time, I was like, trying to fucking not think pretty much about anything.
It's not like I was partying hard, but it's like I was partying like pretty often. And I was carrying that over into my, it was like starting to affect my work, you know, and it was starting to affect my perspective on things. Fuck, I wish somebody would have pulled me aside and just like seriously like been like, this is what, you know.
Road. There's like a tree, a big like oak tree here and a big oak tree here. And like in the dark, like I went through them like a field goal where like it took the mirrors off the Lexus. It was a Lexus SUV. This is how you're gonna live like from now on or what? Like you gotta make some choices here. You got this cool skate career or you're gonna like end up like blacking out and being that dude forever, like, you know?
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a lot, I guess. It's trying to always stay busy, I guess, and always trying to stay creative in some aspect or another. I was always interested in other things and always wanted to do other things. And so applying that into Bianca that was like the first initial idea in a way of like how I said I wanted to reach a broader audience. Because I always had other interests, music, photography, fashion stuff, all that, and I always like somewhat paid attention to it in some way, or I always just had a curiosity to it. So then I just wanted to apply that somehow, and then the other idea or ideology with Bianca, the original idea was to bring people in from different circles and, you know, like trade off what we had. So like fashion, give them skateboarding in some sense, vice versa.
Skateboarding breeds style. It's physical, visual, expressive, and rooted in rebellion. That energy naturally crosses into design. Skaters understand fit, flow, and what looks good without even trying. And fashion, for all its gloss, keeps turning to skateboarding for authenticity.
We're gearing up for what they call getting down. We're gearing up for getting down. All right, brother? Shrimp cooks.
I appreciate everything that, you know, Adidas and Nike and all these big companies do for skateboarding, and, you know, they pay some of these dudes like really fucking well money where they're gonna be fucking retiring off it. But like, how long is that gonna last? They're just gonna be in skateboarding until skateboarding's not cool anymore, and then what is it? You know, I think now is the time to be supporting fucking skateboarding companies again, you know?
Mark is my favorite skateboarder. He had so much to do with why I was a pro skater, and, you know, encouraging me to loosen up my style a little bit and skate a little faster and be a little bit more improvisational with my skating.
Mark, just anything, just reach out, grab it. Neil Blender, you know, his vibe, it was just like rad, dude.
Neil Blender is one of my favorite skateboarders that ever lived.
I didn't really go out and film a whole lot, but anytime he did something, it was just so perfect. Like any Jason footage that would come back was just so golden.
We saw the movie Black Swan in the theater, sort of thinking about what we do in an artistic way. And I remember, because in this movie there are two dancers. There's Natalie Portman and there's Mila Kunis. And then Natalie Portman is she is a perfectionist. She is the type of dancer who needs to be perfect, and she thinks that perfection is how she's going to achieve what she wants.
Wait, Disarmo.
Yeah, exactly. She writes for Primitive. Her nemesis in the movie, friend/nemesis, is Mila Kunis, who she doesn't care about perfection. It almost seems like she doesn't care about dancing at all. But she has a innate natural talent, and she just doesn't really care. But she's the one with all the style. You know what I mean? This is really like our world. You know, this is really like how this is how skateboarders are celebrated. There's like the sort of perfectionist style or side, and then there are the people that you sort of look at and you're like, wow, I really love how little they care, you know, and they look so good doing it. You know, there's like the Wade DeSarmos, but then there's like the Mark Gonzalez's or like the Rowan Zerillas or whatever.
Garrett Stir, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
With Jay's attitude towards everything was, yeah, I really couldn't care less what you think. This is what I'm going to do, make it or not. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself.
First skater from the Zephyr team to enter the competition was its youngest and most naturally gifted. 13-year-old Jay Adams, whose explosive energy and bold moves epitomized the Dogtown style.
Later on in the 70s, it was Larry Bertelman. He became a big influence on our skateboarding, and that's kind of what helped us change the way people were riding skateboards, like at the Del Mar Skate Contest. Up until that point, guys were skateboarding kind of, I would say, like how guys were longboarding. You know, it was more longboard, you know, like classic hang 10, walk to the nose with a little gymnastics involved. But we were copying guys like Larry Bertelman and Buttons and Michael Ho and all those guys, the young Hawaiian guys who were at the forefront of, you know, the modern surfing movement at that time. So we had adapted what they were doing on surfboards to skateboarding.
Tuck, knee, that's our poster child right there. Give it to Alba. Every skater that you like, take the best parts of that dude and throw it in, and then create your own goulash of your own Frankenstein creation, and there you'll be.
Let's just go out and try to document stuff versus trying too hard to create a style and force myself in on people as an artist with a certain specific unique vision with a camera that nobody's yet seen. And ironically, it was sort of the skateboarding days and all the touring that would at least subconsciously kind of plant that seed of excitement in me every time I hit the road. Instead of having the board now and being on like a skate tour, I have my cameras.
The small videos is definitely the current trend, and I think it's a good trend, and it should stay. And it gets me excited. I had a guilty conscience because I was using skateboarding to help push my brand, but I wasn't letting, you know, skate shops buy it. So then it felt like there was something wrong to that. So then I was like, all right, let's make a traditional skateboard company. Skateboarding is very hip hop or rock, and that's kind of, it's been like that for the longest time, or punk, whatever you want to call. And there's not like a new thing, but I guess dance music's kind of this unexplored thing.
You know, I like stuff from this time period because this is like when I grew up skating and going into shops and like looking at all these boards and stuff. This graphic was a huge influence on me. Don't freak me out. This graphic, when I was a kid, I would walk into the skate shop and I would literally look at it and I would be like, what is that? What is that? It was the coolest thing I had ever seen.
Me is like Instagram is like so instilled in our society that like I feel like people just like use it as like an outlet to be like seen, like, you know what I mean? I feel like they use that they will take like any subculture and like apply it to like social media to like become popular or some shit like that, which is like whatever, I guess. Like that's just like how the world works now, but like it's kind of shitty. It's kind of sad, I guess. It's like it's kind of just like appropriating it like for no reason, just to like kind of get a leg up, but like everything's like that. Like that's just like how the world works now, I guess.
You know sure, I mean? Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I think what you're saying is like skateboarding can teach you to like break convention within itself. I feel like that's true and untrue in skating. I think like, you know, skateboarding kind of brags about being inclusive and like you can do anything and blah, 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 blah. But I mean, skateboarders are also extremely opinionated and like can also be very narrow-minded at the same time. So it's funny, like, it's sort of both, kind of like everything. In every subculture, there's always this like sort of, especially subcultures that deal with being an outsider, you know, they're working so hard to kind of like have freedom of expression and it's to do what they want. But also what tends to happen is, you know, sometimes if you do something that's too different, people are really going to like express that's whack, or like that's not what skateboarding is. That people start to, you know, they start to become what they're rebelling against a lot. And I found that a lot. I found that a lot in skating. It's like, you know, it is this thing that teaches you like about, you know, fighting a system that you don't want to be a part of, but it's also a system in itself. And it kind of like, it can, you know, because I remember finding out that people didn't like certain tricks or didn't like the way I skated or didn't, you know what I mean? Like things like that was like, oh, you know, this is, you know, skating is kind of like everything else in a way, you know, and, but that's sort of the small part. Like the big part of skating is definitely about, doing whatever you want. 'Cause there are no, you know, it sounds silly, but there are no rules, you know, there really is no person telling you what it is or isn't.
Yeah.
And that's what's made it so powerful. But at the same time, like it's not just that.